Have you ever wondered what it truly means to be beat? What was the driving force behind a generation that sparked a cultural revolution? Let's take a journey back in time to the post-World War II era, a time of great change, when a new cultural movement was brewing. This was the dawn of the beat generation. But what does it mean to be beat? In the context of this revolutionary movement, beat bore a dual connotation. On one hand, it signified a sense of weariness, a fatigue with the mundane, the conventional, the socially accepted norms. On the other hand, beat also hinted at a spiritual awakening, a quest for a deeper, more meaningful existence. The term was coined by Jack Kerouac, one of the key figures of this era, who believed in living life on his own terms, outside the confines of traditional societal expectations. Jack Kerouac, along with his contemporaries like Allen Ginsberg and William S. Burroughs, was at the forefront of this cultural revolution. These were the individuals who dared to challenge the status quo, to question, to seek, and to explore. Their works were not just a form of literature, but a reflection of their ideologies, their rebellious spirit, and their quest for individual freedom. In the backdrop of the post-World War II era, a time marked by rapid industrialization and a burgeoning consumer culture, the rise of the beat generation was indeed a phenomenon. It was a reaction, a response to the increasing materialism and conformity of society. The Beats, with their unconventional lifestyles and radical ideologies, served as a stark contrast to the mainstream culture. They were the ones who dared to break free from the shackles of societal norms and expectations. They sought to live a life of spontaneity, of freedom, of exploration. They rejected the rigid structures of society and yearned for a world that was more open, more accepting, more human. Thus, the stage was set for the Beats, a group of individuals who sought to challenge and disrupt the traditional norms of society. Their journey was just beginning, and their impact would resonate through the decades to come. In a post-war society brimming with conformity and traditionalism, how did the beatniks manage to rise? Let's journey back to the mid-20th century when a cultural revolution was brewing. The Beat generation, a literary movement that began in the late 1940s, was gaining momentum. Fueled by a shared disdain for the monotony of societal norms, a group of authors and poets, including Jack Kerouac, Allen Ginsberg, and William S. Burroughs, began to challenge the status quo. These were not your average writers. They were nonconformists, pioneers, and rebels who rejected standard narrative values. They dared to explore the uncharted territories of the human condition, questioning societal norms and pushing the boundaries of literature itself. The beatniks, as they were often called, were not just about literature. Their rebellion extended to their lifestyle and the ideologies they embraced. They delved deep into Eastern spirituality, seeking wisdom in Buddhism and Hinduism, finding solace in the teachings of Zen masters. This exploration of spirituality seeped into their works, making them pioneers in bridging the gap between Eastern and Western philosophies. But their exploration didn't stop at spirituality. The beatniks were also known for their experimentation with drugs, a reflection of their quest for consciousness expansion and spiritual awakening. This exploration was often mirrored in their writings, which were filled with vivid and surreal imagery. Simultaneously, they championed sexual liberation, breaking away from the conservative norms of the time. They challenged traditional ideas about sexuality and gender, fostering open discussions about these topics in their works and personal lives. As their influence grew, so did their reputation as radical thinkers and societal outcasts. But they weren't deterred. They continued to live and write on their own terms, choosing authenticity over acceptance, and in doing so, they became more than just writers. They became symbols of rebellion and change. The Beats, with their unconventional lifestyle and radical beliefs, quickly became a symbol of rebellion and change. Their rise was the beginning of a cultural revolution that would continue to influence generations to come. So, what kind of impact did the Beat generation have on the world? The Beat generation's influence can be likened to a ripple effect, starting as a small wave and gradually expanding its reach far and wide. Their impact was not confined within the realms of literature, but resonated in popular culture, music, and even politics. When it comes to literature, the Beat Generation's unconventional style and raw honesty broke the shackles of traditional writing norms. They replaced the sophisticated prose of their predecessors with candid, free-flowing narratives that mirrored their lives and thoughts. This rebellious approach to literature encouraged subsequent authors to experiment with their storytelling techniques, significantly contributing to the evolution of modern literature. In popular culture, the Beat Generation's influence is seen through the lens of their non-conformist lifestyle. Their rejection of societal norms and pursuit of personal freedom became a blueprint for the counterculture movements of the 1960s. Their philosophy of self-exploration and spiritual quest resonated with the youth of the time, leading to the rise of the hippie movement and the cultural revolution that followed. The ripple effect of the Beat Generation extended to the world of music as well. Their poetry, laden with jazz rhythms and improvisation, influenced several musicians, notably sparking the evolution of folk and rock music. Figures like Bob Dylan, who often cited beat writers as his inspiration, embodied the spirit of the Beat Generation in their music, bringing their ethos to a wider audience. The Beat Generation's impact on politics, however subtle, cannot be overlooked. Their open criticism of materialism, militarism, and conventional societal structures laid the groundwork for the political activism of the 1960s. Their writings served as a catalyst, inspiring people to question authority and strive for change. Despite their initial reception as societal outcasts, the Beat Generation's influence has permeated deep into the fabric of modern culture. Their legacy is a testament to the power of free thought and the courage to challenge the status quo, reminding us that every generation has the potential to shape the world in their own unique way. So why does the Beat Generation matter in the grand scheme of things? This trailblazing cultural movement, born from the post-war disillusionment, challenged societal norms, pushing boundaries in literature, music, and art. The rise of the Beat Generation was not just a passing phase. It was the dawn of a new era where individuality, self-expression, and non-conformity found a voice. Their influence seeped into every crevice of society, shaping modern literature and inspiring a slew of countercultural movements. The legacy they left behind is a testament to their enduring impact. The Beats introduced us to a world where the spoken word could be a powerful tool for social change. They showed us the beauty in the raw, the unconventional, the spontaneous. As we continue to challenge societal norms and explore new ways of self-expression, the spirit of the Beat Generation lives on, reminding us of the power of the individual voice in shaping the world.